once again in the glow of the autumn. Synthetic. Synthetic.
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an Army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless, and I know it's hard to say goodbye. But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be.
Yeah, alright. So, Wasteland 2, a stiff-bearded older man wearing a hard-worn ranger uniform and a battered cowboy hat. General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on his barrel.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger.
Duty? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got one Ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger Teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one.
Mission? What mission?
The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other.
What signal?
The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us.
I have no idea what you're on about, old man.
Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions, and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business.
Ranger Citadel?
Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in.
Surely, sir, the success of the mission is more important than testing us. If you want to find these signals, shouldn't you let us in so we can stop up on everything we need to succeed?
Using logic on me, eh? Smartass. Logic and observation will change some folks' minds, and you can catch people in lies that way. But sometime, it only makes them mad, so be careful. In this case, you're right. I should let you in, but I got a feeling about you four. You got depths you don't even know you have, and it's going to take adversity to tap them. So I'm sending you out undergunned and unprepared, just to see what it brings out of you. You'll thank me later.
Jerk.
Maybe.
Repeater unit?
When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal.
What towers, old man?
I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first.
Oh god, okay, and what about the logbook?
Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death.
Where is this place, dude?
It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map.
Alright, take it easy.
There you go.
Yeah, how did Ace die?
Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal, but sadly Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen.
Oh, whatever, goodbye.
Good luck out there, recruits.
Here lies Ace. Born a man, died a Desert Ranger. Alright. Alright. Apparently each grave has a name. Cadet Suede, Technical Major Ron Nakada, fought like a ranger until the end. Imperial Scarsculp Ralph the Hobo. Major General Red.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
Among the skulls tattoos that cover Angela's arms, there is a single heart, and within that heart is a single name, Ace.
Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
I see you have Ace's name tattooed in the heart on your arm.
You noticed that, huh? Well, Ace always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, me and Ace, we were more than just old army buddies, if you know what I mean. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why I want to come with you.
Babies, come with me. What?
Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time.
Where's Thrasher now?
You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers, but Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the Wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it?
What was Base Cochise?
An old military facility from before the war, and the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death.
Wait, what? Computer was making robots?
Yeah. The Base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. Wanted to kill the whole planet.
What happened to the Hellraiser?
He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead, or AWOL, or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in, and we haven't heard from anybody who's seen him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come, and when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor, scary as hell.
Red Scorpions?
You weren't briefed on those fucks during your training? Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel? Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out. Just a bunch of Rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves the militia now, and they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. Well, that's a load of horse shit. The protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money, and if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging.
What can you tell me about Eastern Arizona?
Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. But I've got my doubts.
Wait, what? Slow down. Radiation clouds?
The edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kind of thought those clouds went on forever, and that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more people out there. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell. Wouldn't that be a joke?
So have you heard the radio?
Ace played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us?
So wait, the general is actually called Snake? Isn't that the guy from Wasteland 1?
Yep. He was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in, shit, a decade, maybe?
How do you two meet?
Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show, and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh?
So, we saw you at the funeral. Were you close?
They all hurt, but this one... Man... Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Farron Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in Quartz. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise, and never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's... God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble, I knew it.
You knew Ace's mission was trouble?
He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. But then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him?
So what else do you know about the repeater units?
I don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's our radio genius.
You know this Woodson?
Radio technician Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. He'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base.
So you've been to the Rail Nomad camp?
Could be a nice little place, if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about, but between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots.
So where's this quartz?
Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher. He'd know.
Alright, Red. See ya.
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, We'd been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
Well, okay. You owe me a foot massage, though.
Cool. No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, all right?
Hey, Echo 1. Mind picking up that can over there for me? Think there's some water in there. He headbutted you right in the butt. Did you actually think I was serious about wanting that can? I just wanted the goat to hit you in the ass.
Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in.
Sup?
Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you'll want to fill up again at any oasis you can find. Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal.
So, you haven't always been the dispatcher?
Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world and how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes. Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing.
So, we'll stay in radio contact, I guess.
It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem.
Roger out.
10-4, Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out. Roger that, Echo 1. When you reach the area where Ace's body was found, give it a good going over. The folks that picked him up said it looked like he crawled there. Maybe you can find some tracks leading to where he was attacked. Copy?
Copy that.
10-4, Echo 1, and check in immediately with any new info. Those repeater units are a top priority. Ranger Command out.
That's Ace's star. How did it end up way the hell over here? I don't get shaken up easy. This place is sending shivers up my spine. God damn it, Ace. Why won't you let me come with you?
If you want to play in our backyard, you gotta pay. 15 scrap, or we'll break your faces. And my dog will eat your corpses. Fine, go on through. But I wouldn't make eye contact with any of us if you know what's good for you.
Well, let me tell you Matthias's law, friends. Matthias's law is vengeance. And soon, Matthias's law will stretch all the way to Arizona and kill those so-called upholders of justice, the Desert Rangers.
I thought you had big important things to do.
Yeah, that's definitely Ace's handwriting. I'd recognize those chicken scratches anywhere.
What the? Check it out. Oh, it's you guys. Get moving.
Metal. It's a leg. For Christ's sake, what's going on? He didn't die quite, at least. He went down fighting. Damn it, Ace.
Giant frog.
Got one page of Ace's logbook. It don't say much. We should look around the area for more. Could be clues. Yeah, that's Ace's gear, all right. What was this metal asshole planning to do with it? We should poke around the cave. Make sure he didn't drop nothing else. Damn. Look at that thing. Looks like Ace gave as good as he got. I guess that's some consolation. Where the fuck did it come from? Never seen a robot so advanced before. Not even Max was that tricked out.
I think that was a special skill, unlucky or something. Thunder hits you.
Myself. Watch how it's done.
Echo 1, go ahead. Got an update for me? What?
Dude, I said a dead robot looks like it killed Ace and stole the repeaters and logbook.
Well, I'll be goddamned. We haven't seen any synthetics around for almost 15 years. We better get a closer look at the tech. Mir Captain might be able to tell us where it came from. See if you can grab a piece of it and bring it back to Mir Captain the next time you're at the Citadel.
What's a synth?
Mir Captain's fancy word for smart robots. She calls them synthetic life forms, or synths. Basically, any robot that can think for itself falls into the synth category. Plain old robots are dangerous enough. Ones that think for themselves are a nightmare.
Got it.
Good, but our priority is still those repeaters. Now that you have them, I'm sending you on to complete Ace's mission, which was to attach him to the most powerful towers in Arizona, so we can get a fix on that mystery signal. One tower is at High Pool, the other is at the Ag Center. Sending you the coordinates now.
So, AG Center, what's that?
Ag Center is due south of Ranger Citadel and very important to what we're trying to achieve. The researchers there are developing hardier plants and animals that will thrive in the harsh conditions of the wastes. If it all pays off, we may see the day when nobody in Arizona goes hungry. Talked to Matt Forrestal about hooking up to their radio dish. Used to be one of us. Now he runs things down there. Matt's good people.
Dish?
Used to be part of an old satellite relay system, from what Woodson tells me. Strongest transmitter in Arizona.
What about High Pool?
High Pool is at the most southern and eastern corner of our jurisdiction. They're a vital part of the stable society we've been trying to build here in Arizona. They provide clean water to us and many other communities and farms, maintain an emergency reservoir in case of drought. See Mayor Vikstrom there about using their tower. He knows you're coming. They built their tower on top of an old crane. A bit unorthodox, but it gets great reception.
Copy that, General.
Roger, Echo 1. Ranger Command out. Copy, Echo 1. This is Ranger Command. Go ahead. Echo 1, your team's recent progress merits a number of field promotions. Congratulations, Echo 1. You've done well.
SOS! SOS! Is anybody out there? This is High Pool. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Raiders with mortars and explosives are blasting our walls. If anybody can hear this, come at once. Don't know how long we can hold it.
fool gets in a fight with someone whose last name is Death?
Ranger Citadel, this is Ag Center. Come in. We're under attack. The plants, they're mutating out of control. They're tearing my people apart.
Ag Center, this is Citadel Base. Can you repeat? Did you say the plants were attacking?
Yes, goddammit, the plants. Something's gone wrong with the... Oh, fuck! The door! They're breaking down the door! Fall back! Fall back!
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Did you copy those distress calls from High Pool and Ag Center? Over.
Yep.
Roger that. Listen, Echo 1, I have no one else in the area and no further intel at this time. I'm afraid it's going to have to be your decision which call to respond to first. Whichever one you choose, get there ASAP. Both situations are emergencies, and both sounded like they were deteriorating rapidly. Copy?
Awesome.
Uh-huh. Suspicious, isn't it, Echo 1? Like someone's monitoring our transmissions and trying to stop our little radio experiment before it starts. Keep an eye out for suspect characters. Copy?
Got it.
10-4, Echo 1. Godspeed. Ranger Command out. Roger, Echo 1. Then listen. Deal with the emergency situation first before proceeding to the satellite dish. Repeat, talk to Kathy Lawson and take care of her emergency. Then, go to the satellite dish and hook up the repeater. Protecting civilians is always a Ranger's #1 priority. Do you copy? Roger, Echo 1. Advise when complete. Ranger Command out.
Okay, this is bad. This is kill it with fire bad. What the hell caused this? Get it, candy ass! When a fool gets in a fight with someone whose last name is Death.